Hello everyone and welcome your faces to...
It's just...
Today we're talking about the brand new teaser Time for Bed image, and in this video we're going to be talking specifically about this image and the connections that it has, and also what it could mean, especially for tomorrow's trailer. But of course, with that being said, I wouldn't be a YouTuber if I didn't ask you to hit like and subscribe and do all the usual things that support the channel. We're trying to hit 100k this year, so hopefully that will go swimmingly at some point. But with that being said, if you want to take the extra step and support the channel even further, next time you're at the Poppy Playtime store, use code IT'sJustJord for 10% off your whole order. Anyway, shameless self-promotion out of the way, let's get into the video. So, Mob have just teased a brand new image on all of their socials, hinting towards tomorrow's trailer. And of course, I will waste no time in talking about what I'm looking at and what it could potentially be leading to. So, of course, let's first talk about probably the most prominent thing in the photo, and that is, of course, the scratch marks. And of course, if we're familiar with the previous teaser, we know those scratch marks are belonging to the creature that we've been recently teased, the creature that's going to be very prominent, I believe, for Chapter 3. And of course, we see their imprint here all over the walls. Interesting point to note here, those marks were made before that paper was put down, or else we would have seen some damage to the paper. Now, interestingly, the paper does have burn damage to it, not necessarily being ripped, but it does look like it's been burnt in the bottom left. But it definitely does beg the question, why is that paper burning? Has someone tried to burn evidence, a memory, or something else? And of course, on that paper we see the written text, or written part by a child, I imagine, time for bed. And this is interesting because we recently had a teaser of the sun and moon from the devs in the Discord. Now, we didn't know what this necessarily tied to, but of course we know where it's gone now. What's interesting to me is I think this whole sun and moon thing is already been hinted at us before, but I actually think this could be something more prominent in Chapter 3, as in something comes out in the night as opposed to the day. Now, it might well be this creature. Again, we're going to be talking about that in a little bit, but I do think this is putting the setting blocks in for what's going to go on in Chapter 3. And of course, we can see the sun and the moon at the top. Of course, the moon is quite small in this regard, and then the rest of the half of a circle is the sun. And interestingly, it's written in the same color. Now, we also have to bring our attention to the big thing in this picture, and of course, that's this creature. Now, the creature is a very intriguing one. It definitely fits the whole Playcare style of imagination, and I believe what we're looking at here is a mixture of animals. I don't believe it's just one an owl, two a griffin, or three a bear. I believe we're looking at quite a few characteristics in one animal, and I believe this is, of course, what we were teased with the Huggy Wuggy having his stuffing come out, if you will. It's interesting, the creature itself looks to have, of course, long chunky legs, and of course with 3 giant claws. Now, it's not very well illustrated. I imagine it's a child drawing this, although they are drawing it better than I probably could have. But we can see that there are 3 distinct nails or claws, if you will, in this creature. But also on top of that, we have wings more like a moth or a fly. So not something like a beautiful butterfly, it's more like a dark and dainted fly. And to top it off, we have the head of what appears to be like a horse or some type of donkey, perhaps. In short, I believe this creature that we're looking at here is a result of the perfect Playcare toy, designed by orphans or the children themselves. And of course, in Playtime Co. fashion, it's gone very, very wrong. Perhaps this beast, this toy, was actually just made for comforting children upon their attempt to sleep, hence the bigger emphasis on time for bed and the whole sun and the moon hints. And then we come to another interesting point in this, and we can see in the red blood or red crayon, I don't know specifically, I would say it's definitely pen, because of course blood would leave a bit of an uneven brush and, you know, all the jazz. This looks like it was written in foul tip. But there seems to be, and I'm going to assume, 3 children stood together. Now, who knows if these children are related? They could possibly be, or they could just be a group of friends running from the creature. who knows? But I do think this is going to tie into a bit more story and lore. If we look at the top of the creature, there seems to be another child or person, and it seems that they have a connection with this beast, and I think this is illustrated by the purple line going towards the torso of the child. And also, I don't know if it's just my eyes seeing patterns, but towards the left of this small illustration, there looks to be another sort of toy, another sort of character that we're missing out. And I don't know about you, but to me, it looks like a very crudely drawn Boogie Bot. Again, perhaps it's just overthinking and our minds finding patterns in just randomized items that we see. But I think we're looking at, more importantly, the beginning of the more intricate, detailed story of the actual families that have been within Playtime Co. And I say this because I feel, and I believe I mentioned it earlier, but I'm going to reiterate it now, but I do believe that this creature that we see here was created out of the idea of children or orphans or any child that was struggling with the idea of trying to sleep at night, whether that be the orphans in play care or children at night that Playtime Co wanted to market a toy to and sell away. And again, of course, in Playtime Co fashion, it went very south. I do believe that this is going to be a mixture of something like a horse head, or a owl because of the feet, and a butterfly or a moth for the wings, and of course the characteristics of it coming only out at night, and of course bats and things like that. I think it's a collective of animals, like I mentioned, but I just feel like it's a very unique take, and I don't think a lot of people would have assumed this was going to happen. And tip my hat to Mob Games, because actually that is very unexpected. I was very, very certain we were going to see a very cut and clear dry character, but I think this one is really going to turn the tables in Poppy Playtime. And don't worry, I know there's something still in the background. I know, don't worry, I'm not ending the video there. But there is one other thing I want to talk about, and it is the creature or the shadow or something in the background. It looks to be where the wall wraps around. Now, I don't know if this is per se the corridor that we saw last time, as we got that hint with the pillar, but I do wonder if this is the final shot of that first teaser image we got from Micah in the Discord, basically. I do believe more that it's the creature leaving its hand marks across, if that makes sense. So the creature, I believe, as we see him, is holding the wall as it's coming out from the corridor, for instance, and we're just seeing the corner of this creature. And of course, I think it's very easy to say it kind of looks like Boxy Boo from this angle, but I don't think it is. I think this is going to be an indication of the brand new creature, or a bit of a lighting effect that's going on within the scene. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I would really love to hear your ideas and everything else in between. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe. Have a lovely morning, day or night, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next Poppy Playtime theory video.